Hey everybody. So, I've been feeling this hankering lately to talk about PragerU, the conservative YouTube channel. I don't know if that's like a productive or healthy desire that I have. I don't know if I want to do this just because my brain is in quarantine mode and now I crave to feel any emotion at all. But nonetheless, this is what we're doing. In the next 3 videos, I'll be talking about some strange, almost surreal PragerU videos that I thought were just interesting or weird or fun to think about. So strap on your seatbelts and get ready for a bumpy ride, 'cause it's PragerU time, baby! But before we get started, this video is sponsored by Adam and Eve. Do you want a mature toy? Do you want some lingerie? Do you not know where to get those things and you need some help? Well, I've got some answers for you. If you go over to adamandeve.com, you'll find a massive store filled to the brim with all the things you could ever want. And if you don't like it, bim boom, 90-day no hassle return. If you're worried about other people in your family judging you, boom, boom, discreet packaging. So go on over to Adam and Eve with the code Joel and you'll get 50% off one item plus free shipping in the US and Canada. Woo! So in this first video, I just want to start off really lightweight and talk about a PragerU video that I thought was extremely funny. Hosted by Lauren Chen, it's called Dating, Don't Waste Your Time, and it was released around 3 months ago. From the title and the very first sentence of the video, we can immediately grasp the position that Lauren Chen is gonna advocate for.
Date with a purpose. What purpose? Getting married.
Marriage is good, and people should be trying to get married. Now, that's not interesting on the face of it. In fact, it's bog standard for conservatives to talk about this. But the magic of this video lives in the points that Lauren Chen uses to argue her position. And you know what? We're just gonna go through all of them right now. I think it's extremely worth it. 1. Lots of people just date to have fun and don't have a clear idea of where they're going with it. 2. When you date like that, it has a high chance of not ending in marriage.
That's okay as far as it goes, but as far as it goes is not very far.
3. Some relationships aren't like marriage at all. Like, some people live together for convenience or for economic need, rather than the desire to get married. 4. Marriage is more serious than those less serious relationships are.
Those looking for a good marriage are looking for someone who wants to build a shared life.
5. Lots of dating relationships aren't like that at all. Like, some people aren't even trying to get married. 6. Restating the conclusion. Sure is nice to get married. 7. Women don't feel comfortable getting married these days because it's not politically correct.
I have no doubt the reason so many women get stuck in dead-end relationships is that it has become taboo, or to be precise, not politically correct.
8. People might want to get married because marriage can be nice. Nothing wrong with wanting to get married. 9. People in happy marriages are happy.
Little wonder, study after study shows that those in good marriages are happier, healthier, even wealthier than those who are not.
And let me tell you, I did not see that one coming. People who make decisions that they're happy with end up being happier as a result of those decisions? PragerU is red-pilling me my brain right now! 10. Marriage sure is different from other kinds of relationships. Like, just as a for instance, when you get married, you have a husband or wife, not just a boyfriend or girlfriend.
What's the difference between living with someone and marriage? It's the difference between referring to the man in your life as my boyfriend, significant other, or partner, and referring to him as my husband.
11. Restating the conclusion. Marriage is good.
I'm just pro-relationship, specifically pro-marriage.
And that's it. That's the video. And honestly, I think the point is kind of obvious, right? Lauren Chen simply does not make an argument for the thing she's supposed to be arguing. Sure, some people might like being married. Sure, if you want to get married, you should pursue that goal. But nowhere in this video is a case for marriage, a reason why dating and less serious relationships are undesirable, why a person who doesn't want to get married should pursue it anyway, because they'll be better off somehow. No, Chen just claims that she's gonna argue on behalf of marriage.
Date with a purpose. What purpose? getting married.
and then asserts our desire to get married as an assumption of that argument.
It has become taboo, or to be precise, not politically correct, for a woman to articulate what she really wants.
It's called begging the question, and I've never seen a more obvious, threadbare, flagrant example of somebody begging the question than this video. It's just saying the sentence, "you should get married because you want to get married," and punctuating that idea with a bunch of transparently meaningless statements. It's ridiculous.
Those in good marriages are happier.
But what really stings about this video is that all this question begging, all this evasive language, and refusal to make an actual point feels so needless. Look, PragerU is an explicitly religious organization, and it's obvious to me that the biggest reason they want people to get married is that Christians like it when people get married and think it's a sin to have sex outside of marriage. Also, Dennis Prager thinks it's a wife's job to have sex with her husband even when she's not in the mood. So more marriages equals more happy hubbies. Am I right, fellas? Too intense. But even if Lauren Chen wanted to conceal those facts in this video, she could have easily done that and still, made an argument. She could have just said something along the lines of, "Commitment and stability may not seem fun, but they actually are. And the only way you can know that is by committing. Therefore, even if you don't think you should probably get married." Now, to be clear, I don't like this argument. I don't think anyone really knows enough about people to make massive proclamations about what we should all do and how we should all love. But even so, this isn't really the sort of thing I'd get mad at either. I mean, if someone is convinced by it, who knows? Maybe they're the sort of person for whom marriage is a good idea. I don't know. Fuck. Whatever. Who cares? So, considering how easy it would be to make a standard, boring argument for the goodness of marriage, it's kind of surreal to watch this woman dance around the issue for 5 full minutes. For me, it really speaks to how PragerU sometimes embraces this aesthetic of disorientation. Chen doesn't avoid this topic because she has to, because it would be a political nightmare if she actually talked about it. Rather, I think she avoids it because it's just the easier and more politically expedient option. If, after all, she made a real case here, we'd have to chew on it. Ask why she thinks what she thinks. Ask if her position resonates with our own. But this way, all she has to do is talk about dating in a nasty tone.
That's okay as far as it goes, but as far as it goes is not very far and frankly not very smart.
Assert that she's right about the topic and move on. Around 4 years ago now, PragerU released another video about why people should get married. It made a bunch of strange points that weren't persuasive at all, and it was massively disliked.
Married men work about 400 hours more per year than single men with equivalent backgrounds. They go to bars less and to church more.
Ooh, wow. I get to work more and stop drinking with my friends? Sign me up, cowboy. Let's see where this horse takes us. And so, I think when it came time for PragerU to revisit this topic, they were just like, okay, forget about arguments. We are past arguing this. Instead, let's just brainwash people with some visceral, meaningless nonsense. In essence, then, I think Lauren is trying to tell her audience, no, this is not a video for thinking. If you think about it, you are doing it wrong. Just get married. That's what you want to do. So that's the end of this video. And if you want to see another, more intricate, more important case of PragerU making hollow, surreal arguments, I hope you'll join me next time. Thanks so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to, give me money on Patreon. If you want to, you know the whole deal. And now it's time for my Patreon question of the video. Leftist Tech Support asks, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized third grader or 1 horse-sized third grader? I would rather fight 100 duck-sized third graders because I think that I could divide them against each other. Like, one giant horse. Okay. So here's the problem. Are we assuming that this third grader is really directed to fighting me, or are they just in a state of absolute frenzy, surrounding me, going nuts, having a ball, throwing limbs at me? Because in that case, taking down 100 duck-sized third graders would be easy as pie. Just create a shockwave with my mighty steps, and they would fall as easy as fucking pie. It doesn't make a difference. A horse-sized third grader, I wouldn't even know where to start. So that's my answer. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you watch the next one. Bye. Do all the things I said.